Hey everybody, it's Stereo Police, and I have had a chance. I cleaned up the facade a little bit of the CDP-750, and as you can see, we are now topless. I've had a chance to study the schematic. Everything is running perfectly on this unit. Absolutely perfectly, but I am just getting a gander at the innards and to see how dirty it is. A couple of there was a spider who was living over here in the corner. Dead one now, but back in the day at some point. It doesn't look like anyone has done anything in here. Circuit board is got a little bit of layer of dust on it, commensurate with the dust that's everywhere else. So I don't think this thing has been modded or tinkered with. But it's relatively simple. The schematic indicates a very simple circuitry, and I'm very happy with what I see. And the sound is fantastic. If you guys can, if you're into CD players, if you like CD players, and I'm not talking about transports plus DACs, I'm talking about standalone CD players, old school, nostalgic, R2R, multi-bit DAC CD players. This right here is just sorry the fact that it's dark right here, but the CDP-750 is nice. Now, the reason I took the top off is I wanted to see which version of the TDA 1541 I have, and it turns out I have the 1541, not the A version and not any subsequent versions. This is the original 1541, and I'm really happy about that. I wanted the original. I wanted old school, man. I didn't want the A. I didn't want anything like that. I wanted the original. You can now, following the schematic, and by the way, the 1541 are the left and the right channel DACs are both built into the same chip. So there's a single chip, it's not two chips necessary. There are some support. The supporting components are actually the components that are encircling it. These capacitors here, this row of resistors and that row of resistors, these are actually used as capacitors. You can see they're labeled C311, C310, etc., and the same on this side. They're being used as capacitors, even though they appear to be resistors. I forget the spec. There's something 100 nanofarad, something like that. Very small capacitors. Now, the output registers, and hence the output of each DAC, feeds in to an op amp, which is right here. And this is an original Mitsubishi sourced dual op amp, one for the left, one for the right. As per the upgrade, oh, by the way, when the signal leaves the output registers of the multi-bit DAC, the first thing it sees are these capacitors right here. They're 47 microfarad, 16 volt. So these are directly in the signal path, and they would like to be upgraded. These two big boys right here, which are actually Muse capacitors, I almost thought someone upgraded them. I can't believe they would have put Muse capacitors in here. If someone upgraded these and these alone, they upgraded the wrong ones. They should have upgraded these right here. Because these right here are not in the signal path. All right. However, these big boys are part of the op amp circuit right here. So I would upgrade these two capacitors right here, these big boys right here. I would replace this op amp with a fully discrete op amp. There are some discrete transistors right here that are really not part of the signal path. They appear to be some sort of muting circuit, some sort of soft turn on. I'm not quite sure. But really, after the op amp, we go directly to the output connectors, the RCAs. Now, the headphone circuit, which is right here, goes through another op amp. I haven't even identified where that is. It might be, yeah, I think it's that one right there. I don't care. I don't do headphones. I'm interested in upgrading some of the surrounding circuitry, the support circuitry that supports the TDA-1541. Perhaps these ceramics right here, although ceramics really don't go bad. It's the electrolytics I'm worried about. These resistors right here that are being used as capacitors are in fine shape. It's the electrolytics I would upgrade. Definitely would upgrade, if these are original capacitors, I would upgrade the electrolytics right here. And I would upgrade the op amp for starters. And from here on out, the signal is a clean slate all the way to the RCA outputs. The rest of this stuff here is really support circuitry for the drawer mechanism, for the tray mechanism, and a little bit for the to deal with the digital signal. But the heart and soul of this, and I don't really get into, I won't go there. I'm not really going to get into upgrading support circuitry right here, although this could use a once over and all of these electrolytics could stand to be replaced. I'd like to do that, time permitting. But the thing sounds so good right now. And I'm looking around. None of these electrolytics appear to be leaking. I might sample one or two from here and there, test them on a capacitor meter, see if a capacitance meter, see if they still read fine. If they do, leave them alone. I'll just do a sampling. However, as I said, this area here is going to get a complete upgrade. This is where the upgrade happens. All in here. And there are the RCA outputs. I wouldn't mind putting some gold-plated RCAs on there as well, if I can figure out how to do that. And I wouldn't mind putting on a more, here's the more robust power cord, something with a little less resistance, something better than a lamp cord, just for peace of mind. But other than that, things look really good in here. This was a killer good purchase. I'm thrilled with it. I'm already thrilled with the sound, even absent the upgrade. I did a little cleaning today. It's got a little patina on it, which makes it charming. I am thrilled. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to put it back together and do some listening tonight. Don't think I have the time to do any other vids tonight, but I'll be back real soon to follow up on the Lux versus Akatika. And at some point, I'm going to bring in... Going to bring this into the mix to show you how magical this is. Oh, and I meant to say that, originally, this whole thing started when I had a few videos back when I told you I'm building my own little lounge upstairs. I'm trying to figure out what system I'm going to put in there. Of course, I'm always mixing and matching, but I want to start out with an initial system. This CD player is my CD player. And I'm trying to figure out what components I want up there, and right now my current favorite amp is the Kronos. It really is. And I want you to hear why. And I'll be getting to that. And one other thing I wanted to mention. Last night, I gave you my top 10 recommendations, which I stand by. If I forgot something, I'll let you know. But I also recommended the Shit Audio Company. I would also recommend, if one were putting together. I forget these things. I forget until later. That's why you got to watch every video. I would also recommend Rogue Audio. Killer great company. You're not going to get the same value. When I say value, I really shouldn't use the word value. It's going to cost you more to put together a system, a Rogue Audio system. But it's another fantastic company with great core values and fantastic sound. The value is an individual determination. I agree. But Rogue Audio is a fantastic company that I would stand by. I would send anyone there if they wanted to put together a system. Absent speakers, they don't make speakers. But amps, preamps, phono preamps. Do they have a CD transport? I don't know. Do they have a streaming system? I don't know. But it's a starting point for your amplification. All right. Hey, I'm going to chill out tonight and not get involved in production. This is just a quick vid. But this will be, this upgrade will be a video for another time, and I'll show you some schematics and I'll walk you through it. Looking forward to doing it. I love this CDP-750. Highly recommend it. As I mentioned last night, I don't know if you call this mid-fi, whatever you call it, but it's just a hell of a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. And just knowing that it's just an old school multi-bit DAC, listening to CDs through it. Sometimes, you know, knowing that you're listening to CDs that were made contemporaneously when this thing was manufactured. It's just a whole symbiotic thing that makes for, you know, it's just nice. Stereo Police. Enjoy. Ciao. Love you guys. Thanks for the kind words. Makes it all worth it.